All right, let's try that again. Had a little distraction from some ants. But anyway, all right, here we go. Little tech issues. Mark Avens here, your Bulletproof Christian Fitness Mentor. 3 things so that you can win your weekends. 3 things that you don't want to have going into your weekends if you want to win your weekends. I think that's the title. Anyway, it's Friday, another Friday. Good morning to you if you're watching live. Just let me know live if you're dropping this and watching this later, I would say if you're watching this later, drop a hashtag replay so I know when you watched it. Welcome to another weekend, Friday morning here. This is not my house on the ocean. This is just a staircase from somebody else's house, private entrance. I won't be going up there. But let's go into the 3 things that you don't want to have going into the weekend. If you want to win your weekends, 3 things not to have. And number 1, we'll just jump right in. This is going to be a quick one. Number 1, it is excuses. Like, the reality is you can have excuses or you can have results. So if you want to get more results in your weekend, we're talking about more of a weight loss. If you're looking to lose weight, if you're looking to stay on track, stay healthy and on the right path, is you got to remove all the excuses. So maybe some of the things that you can do today, as far as the first thing not to have in the weekend, is the excuses. Now, I would write down a list of the excuses you've made before. I don't have time. My life's just too busy. I don't know what to do. I don't have a gym to work out. I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to track my food. I don't know how much food I need to eat. Of course, those are things, if you don't know, you want to get help with those, right? And I can definitely help you with those. But the first thing is excuses. If you can go into your weekend without excuses, you're going to come out of the weekend without excuses. So that would be the first thing. Don't convince yourself to, I'll just start back up on my diet on Monday. I just had a really rough week. I hear that all the time, right? So it's up to you. You can have excuses or you can have results. The second thing is, and this might be a little bit more challenging for you, and that's saboteurs. Now, of course, there's 2 types of saboteurs. Now, you could be your own worst saboteur. In other words, if you're trying to keep on a healthy path and you're trying to keep the weight off, you're trying to lose weight, then you also are probably in lines with knowing exactly your triggers, right? If you have triggers of emotional eating, or maybe you get stressed out or just boredom and you go to the grocery store and you bring home ice cream, you could be sabotaging yourself because you're bringing home all the food that's taking you from being on track to off track. So again, you could be your own worst saboteurs. This is the second thing not to have. Saboteurs, whether you're self-sabotaging and doing that, or you have other saboteurs. Now let's go into, of course, the hardest thing is we're our own worst accountability partners. So it's hard for us. Good morning to you, Sandra. Good morning. Thank you for coming on. And if you're catching this live, just hit in there live so I know you're here. I see some faces in there. Good morning to you. I appreciate you for being on here. So we're going over the 3 things you don't want to have in your weekends so that you can win your weekends. And we talked about excuses. The second thing we talked about is saboteurs, part of the saboteur. So how do you avoid sabotaging yourself? Well, you make a plan. You have a plan going into your weekend. The other thing is with saboteurs is to also be careful who's around you, who you're spending time with, your environment, the people that you hang out with, your social environment. If they're actually sabotaging your efforts, and it can be as simple as, hey, honey, you don't need to lose weight. You look just great the way you are. You don't need to do this. You look awesome. Not to say they are not living in your shoes. They're not living in your body. You know how you feel and how you want to feel, and you don't let anybody else tell you anything different. But you got to be careful of people who may sabotage your efforts, not because they don't like you or that they want you to fall off track. They just know you for being maybe where you've been at for the last 10 or 15 years or maybe more. They may be used to you making unwise choices when it comes to food. Maybe their social environment is going off track and actually partying and having drinks and cocktails and food and all kinds of stuff and not giving a rip about your health. And that may be something you have to address. So that's the second thing. And then the last thing is guilt. So going into the weekend, if you had a rough weekend, it's not always going to be the best. You may, like my wife and I were talking, it's been a rough week because our son is up to school and it's the first time we have one of our kids out of our house, and we've only been in one house our whole lives. Our kids grew up in one house. So I know it's hard for him. It's been hard for my wife and I, and I'm sure if you've had kids go off to school or go out on their own, it's been a challenge over time. And we've struggled a bit. This week we're definitely off with our food. But the worst thing you can do is not just to be off, to have guilt. So going into your weekend having guilt. But here's a cool thing. If you put those 3 things together, three things: the excuses, if you can eliminate excuses, if you can actually remove the saboteurs, and then again, to just be kind to yourself and to just allow yourself a little freedom. Again, now, if you've been off track for years and years and years, I'm not telling you to blow it out. Oh, Mark just gave me a free pass. No, if you've been stuck, if you've been struggling with your weight loss journey, chances are you're going to keep struggling. If you struggle on the weekends, you're going to struggle during the week. If you don't have a plan, if you have saboteurs in your life, if you keep making up excuses, you're going to keep struggling. I'm not going to sugarcoat this, so to speak. But if you want to win your weekends, get a hold of these three things. Start maybe even working on one of them. Work on your excuses, work on your saboteurs, work on the guilt after, when you know you don't want to step on the scale and you feel really bad about yourself, and then you go into more emotional eating because you're in a downward spiral that started from the excuses that kind of launched into being around saboteurs or being your own worst saboteur, and then having the guilt after. Those three things there, if you can get even just one of those under control. Now listen, I know some of you have a hard time with it. Some of you need help. Some of you may need to reach out to me. Now listen, I have a coaching program. It is a paid coaching program. It is not a $2 coaching program. It is not a free coaching program. I am looking for more success stories, more testimonies. If you want to be one, reach out to me. We'll see if we're a good fit, and we'll take it from there. Take care and God bless. Have a great weekend.